This video is about NIPT, non-invasive prenatal testing, aimed to provide information for health professionals. NIPT screens for fetal genetic disorders through sampling of the mother's blood. Currently, the test aims to detect trisomy 13, 18 and 21, but other genetic diseases may also be included in the future. The usage of NIPT will decrease the rate of invasive procedures like chorionic villus sampling and amniocentesis, reducing the risk of miscarriage. During pregnancy, fetal DNA leaks from the placenta and enters the mother's bloodstream. Importantly, sufficient levels of fetal DNA suitable for NIPT are only present after 9 weeks of gestation. The percentage of fetal DNA present in maternal circulation correlates to NIPT test accuracy. If there is less than 4% fetal DNA, the NIPT test cannot be performed. Once the sample is collected, targeted DNA amplification techniques are used. An algorithm is then used to identify proportionally the presence or absence of extra copies of chromosomes. How reliable is the NIPT? The NIPT has a sensitivity of 99.3% for Down syndrome and 97.4% for Patau and Edwards. The specificity for all three diseases is 99.9%. What does it mean for you? It means that out of 100,000 performed tests for Down syndrome, 324 cases were detected, 9 missed, and 31 had a false positive result. But in a general population, the positive predictive value is lower, requiring further investigation. What you need to remember: NIPT is a screening method, not a diagnostic test, meaning that the results are not 100% reliable. With a positive NIPT result, there will be further investigation to confirm the result. NIPT testing only includes 3 diseases, which are merely 7% of the diseases a newborn can have, and there are differences in sensitivity for these 3 diseases.
NIPT International. NIPT was introduced into clinical practice in 2011 in Hong Kong to be quickly followed in US practice and has been widely adopted internationally. Since 2014, there are 5 for-profit companies located in the US offering screening. Currently, NIPT is offered in over 60 countries. Prices vary depending significantly on country and insurance. To name a few examples, Europe prices are noted between $600 and $900, whereas in the US they range from $800 to $3,000. In Brazil, NIPT costs around $1,500 US. Uptake varies in Western countries between 30 and over 80%, with a 46% uptake in the Netherlands. Factors such as income, education, and insurance greatly affect choice. However, a multitude of factors are involved with a major emphasis on patient education. Most countries have a sizable proportion of women who chose not to have testing, including more than 1/3 of women in the Netherlands and Israel. What happens when a trisomy 21 pregnancy is detected? According to Eurocat, 80 to 96% of trisomy 21 pregnancies are terminated, with 77% in France, 85% in the US, 90% in the UK, and 98% in Denmark. Iceland approaches a termination rate of 100%. All this is quite a lot of information for you, let alone for your patient to understand. That is why it is important for you to be able to explain both the benefits and pitfalls of the NIPT in a way that your patient can understand. Shared decision-making can help you with that. It is based on 3 steps. Step 1. Introducing choice to the patient to make sure the patient knows options are available. Step 2. Describing the options, in this case whether to perform a NIPT or not. Step 3. Helping the patient to explore preferences and making a decision. It is important to keep the educational background of your patient in mind, especially during Step 2 when explaining the NIPT. A good way to check if your patient understands is to ask if they can explain it to you. For Step 3, a patient's beliefs, culture, and personal experiences are also important. These differences in educational level, culture, beliefs, and personal experiences might cause dilemmas in shared decision-making. For example, a low-income and low-educated couple arrives to hear the results of their NIPT. The results show a borderline positive result. The couple is not well informed and very worried. You try to reassure and explain that further testing is required. The couple agrees but still seems anxious and confused when they leave.
Here we can see the possible downsides of the tests and the harm it may cause. The result is borderline and may well be inaccurate, but you are obliged as a health professional to advocate for further invasive testing. At the same time, you know this testing carries risks, and it could be unnecessary. It may result in the death of a perfectly healthy fetus and cause untold psychological damage to the parents. Therefore, is it right to follow protocol even in these circumstances? Fortunately, these situations are rare, but they do happen, and it is left to you as the health professional to deal with the limits of the NIPT testing. We hope this video provided you with the information needed to handle these or similar situations.